the big news that we are tracking this hour, the candidates of the KPSC's 2011 batch have been delivered a huge blow. It is understood that the government has gone ahead and taken a decision of making these candidates rewrite their exams. And even as these protesters are refusing to move, they're claiming that they will go ahead and continue their protests. It looks like the authorities are all set to take additional steps. It looks like they're getting set to go ahead and use water cannons to disperse the gathering. My colleague Bansi now joins us over the phone lines with more details. Bansi, you are currently at Freedom Park. We understand that things are only getting more tense by the minute.
Akshita, the mood at this protest venue continues to be grim because the police have just brought in water cannon. Now, should they feel it's necessary, then will they use it is a big question, because these protesters out here, we've already seen very painful scenes with 4 of them emulating with petrol and threatening to immolate themselves. They have been stopped. Now the police have virtually barricaded the place, cordoned it off. The media is allowed access only to one part. The other part is swamped by policeman DCP Laburam overseeing the operations here. Now there is a water cannon they have gotten. Water cannon, will it be used to disperse them? Will they be arrested? All these are questions before the police, because for the moment the government has ordered that the entire examination process, the candidature of these persons be annulled. And each one of them...
Right, Bansi, we'll come back to you for more details, but as of now, of course, it looks like now there will be no option at hand but to go ahead and ensure that the protesters are dispersed using water cannons. Things are only going from bad to worse at this stage. As you can see, all these protesters have decided that this is the end of their lives. Some of them stating that they will end their lives because they cannot go on like this with so much uncertainty in their future. And also what you can see is that the family members are feeling the grief as well. They too are in absolute misery over all that has taken place. Well, it is understood that all these people have made it very clear that they will ensure the decision is taken back, that they will go ahead and fight till the decision is revoked by the government, or they will go ahead and approach the judiciary. They're making it absolutely clear that it's not going to be an issue that dies down, and that this is not the final word. The government has taken this decision after they claim that they have read through everything, their options at hand, and how they can take this forward, and that's when they have decided that they will go ahead and ensure that all students rewrite the exams, making it very clear that they are finding it impossible to distinguish between who cheated and who did not. In fact, several political reactions have also come in. Former Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy of the JDS has reacted, saying that it is a crime to make these candidates rewrite the exams, especially for those who come from a rural background. We have to keep in mind that for many of them, they have written these exams after years of hard work. This has been their second, their third attempt, and after passing, it is of course a very, very competitive exam, and after passing to be told that they will have to rewrite the exam is a big blow for many of these students. They are from a rural background, and it becomes that much more difficult for them to put their future at risk. My colleague Bansi once again joins us over the phone lines with more details. Bansi, you were taking us through the situation there. We understand that water cannons are on standby to bring the situation under control.
Your call on hold.
Right, we'll get back to Bansi for more details, but as of now, it is understood that the cabinet's decision has not gone down too well. But the Law Minister T.B. Jayachandra has said that a lot of thought has gone into this, and he's even gone ahead and called it a very historic decision. Besides that, he's made it clear, of course, that they will not go ahead and rethink their decision of going ahead and making these candidates rewrite their exams. The candidates, on their part, have stated that they will approach the judiciary now to ensure that they get that posting and do not have to rewrite their exams. Of course, there are a handful of people who believe that this is a good decision, that this will help them, but many out there who feel that this is something that will only jeopardize their future more. Well, once again, we're joined in by my colleague Bansi over the phone lines. Bansi, you were taking us through the situation out there in Freedom Park. We understand that water cannons are on standby as well.
Well, Akshita, what is happening here is that the students who took this exam and were successful, all of them have been protesting for the past about a month. Now, they are on an indefinite hunger strike. Now, the reason for the protest is that they, in spite of clearing all the formalities of the exam, including the last hurdle, that is the Viva OC, in spite of that, they have not been given the appointment orders. They have not been inducted into the service. So what we see is that these students who have cleared this exam, now facing this grim prospect of losing everything that they had, because all these students, their entire examination process has been annulled. They will have to take the entire exam again. Now, this exam started in 2011. So, for about 4 years, they have struggled and they have reached this stage. And even after being successful, after clearing all the hurdles, they are being handed out this order of annulment. So, obviously pained. Now, did they expect it? Perhaps they expected it, which is the reason why they went on this very aggressive hunger strike. And let's also remember that just a few days soon after they started, there was another group of students, those unsuccessful students, saying annul the examination process. So there are two versions to this really. These are the successful students. They are saying take us, induct us into the service. Then there is a group of unsuccessful students numbering over 1 lakh. Now, those students were asking for the entire examination process to be annulled because of the irregularities. Now, there was a CID inquiry, the government going ahead and annulling the entire process, calling for fresh exams. So obviously it has pained them a great deal. These students are not going to take it lying down. They have struggled, they say, for about 5 years plus. And this coming like a bolt from the blue, this is a complete shocker. The students not really willing, not really able to digest it, because for all of them, it is something that they cannot really accept. Legally speaking, all the hurdles are cleared. They have passed the prelims, they have passed the mains, they have passed the Viva, and the KPSC has also given them orders saying that they're successful candidates. Now, what is the hurdle? The hurdle is just a cabinet decision before the government. Once the cabinet decision has passed, all of them would have been inducted into the service, but that has not happened. So presently, we see all of them greatly pained. Many of them could be seeking legal advice, legal help, because what is the way out of this impasse? Now, we will have to wait and see what the students do, because from the government side, there was a small chance that they might just consider the students' proposal, because these aspirants have sought audience with the Chief Minister, have sought audience with several other ministers. So there is a very slender chance that they might be inducted. But now even that a chance is dashed, with the government saying appear for exams afresh. Let's remember that the CID had ordered, had looked into this entire examination process, found several loopholes, but the candidates that oppose the candidature they oppose this list, saying that there are many loopholes, that the entire examination process to be called afresh. So that there are two groups of students and aspirants. So the government going with the group opposed to this group of successful ones. So the 362 successful candidates are represented here. Not all of them are here. There must be about less than 100 here. 4 of them attempting immolation. They doused themselves in petrol and they had to be dissuaded by the police. Now the others are here. Many of them are class 1, could be class 1 officers, KS, commercial taxes, assistant commissioner, direct DSP. So many of them are in that category, even labor officers. So this is a huge opportunity that they're missing, because what is the guarantee that the next time around they write the exams, they will all be successful? There is this chance that they might not be successful, because not every student writes or performs as well in every exam they're pointing out, Akshita.
Right, Bansi, I will come back to you for more details. Meanwhile, we're joined in by the former chairman of the KPSC, Mr. Puttaswamy Gowda, over the phone lines. Mr. Puttaswamy Gowda, what do you have to say about this decision taken by the government?
Well, if there are any allegations of not procedure being followed for selection, then there is a different method which would have been adopted.